Hey Gemini, welcome to Mirasol Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Gemini. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, please check your other placements. All right, let's get started.
Well, let's look at this person's energy. How does this person currently view this relationship? You guys are in the same boat. I'm kind of getting the first storyline more than anything now. Now that this came out and it's basically been confirmed to me that the first storyline that I was kind of picking up on for your energy is basically the storyline that I'm kind of getting with their energy. You guys find yourself in the exact same boat. It's like you guys don't really see anything like working out and or improving between the two of you. It's as if this relationship between the two of you is falling apart and you know it and they know it. I just don't feel like you're ready to let this go. And I don't feel like they're ready to let this go either. So despite the fact that the relationship itself is falling apart and it's just simply not working out and or improving between the two of you, neither one of you are ready to let go. Neither one of you are ready to let go. You're not ready and they're not ready. Nobody's ready to let this go. And I feel like it has a lot to do with let me just be honest. Let me just be honest with what I'm kind of seeing, because I am getting that there's a difference here between the two of you. I feel like what's preventing them from letting you go has a lot to do with the fact that their heart is truly invested in this dynamic that the two of you share with one another. Like their heart is truly invested. I mean, this is somebody who is in love, okay, with you, and that's what makes it so hard, you know, for them to just let this go. Like even though they see the relationship falling apart, it's like because they're just so madly in love with you, it's like walking away from you, dude. It's just not an option. You know what I mean? In their mind. Now, for you, I'm not going to sit here and say that you don't love this person or care about this person, because you clearly do. I just feel like with you, it kind of leans far more towards like, but this person has been a part of my life for, you know, X amount of years. And it's like, you know, I'm just so used to having them around. And I just, you know, I just don't know, you know, what I would do without them. I don't know what I would do without them. Is basically what I'm getting, you know, like for them, it's like what's really keeping them here has a lot to do with the fact that, yes, they are in love with you. Does it also have a lot to do with, you know, the two of you being together for as long as you guys were? Yeah, it has a lot to do with that too. But primarily, again, what's keeping them here is the simple fact that this person it's just in love with you. It's like, you know, you're in love with them, but what's really keeping you here is, but you know, it's like I've been with this person for this amount of time, and it's just like, you know, I just got so used to having them around, and what will my life look like? You know what I mean? Without this person around, what am I going to do? You know, it's like, you know, I don't want to be without them. You know, I just got so used to having them around. So hopefully that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you don't love them. Please, geez, I'm not saying that, because you definitely do. I'm just pointing out what's keeping you here versus, you know, the most versus what's keeping them here the most, if that makes sense. It's different. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. I am getting that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's basically what I'm getting. All right. How does Gemini currently feel? Okay, so we have the High Priestess to the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Wands. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Lovers out here. I want to look at your intuition, what your intuition is telling you. Because with the Ace of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles, you know, coming out here, it's again kind of like reiterating what I just said. It's like the whole like, but I've just been with this person for so long, and I just want the amount of time that I've invested into this person, this relationship, to count for something. And I also don't want to like move on with my life and start over. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like, I want this relationship to work. I want this relationship to work. I want this person to continue to be a part of my life. And it has a lot to do with the fact that, yes, you do love this person. Absolutely. You do love this person. You do. I'm not saying that you don't. But, you know, with you, it's like, but I've just invested so much time, and this time that I've invested, I wanted to count for something. I wanted to count for something. I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want to walk away and feel like I just wasted all this time. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get completely, you know, where you're coming from, but it's also because, yes, you do love them. It is because of that too. Let's look at the High Priestess. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Okay. We have the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay. With the Ace of Swords in the upright. And then we also have the Ten of Swords out here. So in regards to like, your intuition and what your intuition is trying to basically tell you. I really want to look a little bit more into why the fuck that's going to happen here, though. Because your intuition is never going to lie to you. It's never going to lie to you. I feel like your intuition is trying to like warn you about what's going to end up happening here, between, the two of you, if this does not get addressed and or corrected, and or resolved is basically what I'm getting. There's going to come a point in time, Gemini, and you might not have reached this point, and I don't believe that you actually have within your relationship with this person, but there might come a point where but I want this time that I've invested to count for something. I just don't want to walk away and just, feel like I wasted my time and things like that, right? It's like you're coming from a more cerebral place versus them. They're coming from a more like emotional place. Like you're the logical one in this relationship and they're the emotional one in this relationship. You could be dealing with a water sign strongly. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. They might just have a lot of water within their chart. But right now, it's like everything that it's like you're coming from a very cerebral place. The time that I invested into this, it has to count for something. And, I just don't know what my life is going to look like without them in it. And, that's a scary thing to, experience and embrace. And I don't want to do that. But your mind is going to go from, I want this to work for the reasons that you have to, I don't care for this to work anymore. I don't care for this to work anymore. In other words, you might be still mentally here, but it kind of looks like you're going to eventually mentally check out for whatever reason. So this whole, I want this to work because the amount of time I've invested in whatever other reason you may have, that's going to go out the window for whatever reason. And I'm very curious as to why that's going to happen here. Oh, I'm like, where's my other tarot deck? Let's clarify the, tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. All right. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is something that you've experienced with this person. I almost want to say on several different occasions already. I feel like this person tells you, I'm not going to do this anymore, Gemini. I promise. I'm not going to do this anymore. I promise, I promise, I promise. But then they turn around and they do it again and again and again and again and again and again. And then you turn around, you forgive them again and again and again and again. And there's going to come a point in time where you're just going to be tapped mentally to the point where you're just like, yeah, nah, like this person's never going to fucking change. I'm not doing this shit with them no more. You know what I mean? It's the constant lying, you know what I mean, that you just can't freaking stand. It's the false promises that they continue to make in your direction that you just can't stand. It's like at the end of the day, you're human, and you got your limits, And the fact that this person will sit there and tell you, I'm not going to do this again. I promise, Gemini. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. And then you're like, okay. And then you forgive them. You take them back. Y'all work it out, move past it. And then it happens again. 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 And then it happens again to the point where you're going to eventually tap out, mentally speaking, which to be honest, I feel like the main reason why we're not really, gosh, I want to say this the right way because I don't want to say the wrong thing here. I'll say it like this. Do I believe that you were once upon a time in love with this person? Yes, absolutely. I will definitely say that. However, do I feel like you started to fall out of love with this person because of all of this here? I promise, Gemini, I'm not going to do this. I'm never going to do this again. And they turn around and they do it again. And then you turn around and you forgive them again. And they turn around and do it again. And then you turn around and forgive them again. And then, shit just continues to repeat itself here. I feel like they don't understand, let alone see or know what's going on internally within you. Because it's like you go from being madly in love with this person to like them constantly lying to you and them telling you, I promise I'm not going to do this. I promise I'm not going to do that. And they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. They just keep doing it to the point where it did cause you to fall out of love with this person. Don't get me wrong. You got love for them and you care for them, but it's nowhere near how it once upon a time used to be, which kind of makes a little bit more logical sense now, as to why. Yeah, it makes a little bit more logical sense to me now, like what's going on here and why you're showing up in the ways you're showing up. You may not be consciously aware of this, Gemini, which I don't believe that you are. You've already checked out emotionally from this relationship. Don't get me wrong, you still got love for them and you still care for them, obviously. But I think it's safe to say that, you know, you're either, I'll say it like that because I feel more confident saying this. You're checking out emotionally and you may not be consciously aware of it, or, you know, you may not be consciously aware of it, but you're starting to become desensitized to a lot of shit in this, that's going on in this relationship that this person is, you know, continuing to basically put you through. You're starting to become desensitized. You're starting to become emotionally detached. You're starting to lose love. You know, for this person is basically what I'm getting, which kind of, like I said, it makes sense as to why you're just like, but I invested a lot of time and, you know, and that's because again, it's like you are all about the time you invested into this relationship, wanting to count for something and also not wanting to like, you know, move on with your life and go meet someone else and date someone else because you just don't want to start over. The time that you invested into this, you want it to count for something. Them, on the other hand, it's like, they're coming from a more like emotional place. It's like emotionally speaking, you know what I mean? And it's like they are just head over heels, you know what I mean, in love. They can't lose you, you know what I mean? Like that's like their whole MO. It's because their heart just they just can't, you know what I mean? They just that's a heartbreak. They think that they won't be able to basically survive is basically what I'm getting. Going back to what I said, all of this could definitely be avoided. The problem is that this is really out of your control, because if it would have been one thing if, all right, Gemini, you over here constantly lying to this person, telling this person you're not going to do this anymore, and then you turn around and do that. Like that you got control over that. You don't got control over this. You can't control them. You can't control them. You can control you, but that's what makes things a little more challenging and difficult, because like I said, all of this could be prevented and avoided if it just gets addressed, corrected, and resolved. But it requires them to correct this and resolve this. Feel me? You know what I mean? And that's what makes it a little tricky, you know? I would have rather this have been you than them, to be honest. I would have rather this have been you, because you can control that, you know? You can control that. You can control how you show up. You can't control how they show up. So, I just, you're not, I don't even think you're consciously aware of this, but you're checking out emotionally. And I'm pretty sure that there's signs that you've been checking out emotionally. Maybe you don't get as, you know, bothered or upset about certain things that this person used to put you through like you did back then. You know what I mean? Like that's a possible, you're starting to become numb is basically what I'm seeing. You're detaching emotionally, from all of this. And you already know how this all works out. You know, when somebody checks out emotionally, they start to check out mentally, and then they start to check out physically. Yeah, I see you already in the process of checking out emotionally. That's the thing. I already see you in the process of checking out emotionally, and you may have noticed signs that you've been checking out emotionally. But one thing to obviously look out for is the things that this person used to do that used to really bother you and upset you and get under your skin. Then you don't even give a shit no more. You don't even give a shit no more. Psh, whatever. You don't even give a shit no more, you know? I feel like this person's refusing to change. They're refusing to change. That's the thing. It's like they're refusing to change. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. It's... I'm going to double check if this person's actually doing something on their end that's causing all this to happen, or if this is you reliving every little thing this person has ever put you through and this is what's causing you to check out, because that's something that I do want to confirm, but this is not good coming from you. It's like you're checking out emotionally, you're becoming numb to things, to the point where I see you going as far as to not have any sort of respect for the person that you're with. And this is us talking out in advance here. This is not something that's going to happen a month from now, 2 months from now. Like, I am primarily getting years with this. So don't expect this energy to hit you tomorrow morning or anything like that. Like, I'm getting that this years. Okay. This energy is going to catch up to you and hit you. You know, you're going to you're just gonna lose love for them. And King of Pentacles in the reverse, that's bad. You're losing respect for this person. With the Three of Cups, the Ten of Swords, this is like the epitome of, you know, I'm gonna go off and do this, I'm gonna go off and do that. And I know it's gonna piss them off. I know that they're not gonna like it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You know what I mean? If they don't like it, they could, you know, they could leave the building if they want to. You know, it's like, that's how bad I see this getting. I just don't know if it's because they're doing something on their end that's kind of like, you know, provoking you into falling into this energy, or if this is you just kind of reliving every little thing that they've ever put you through, and now you're just like, you know what? You know, they don't deserve my love. They don't deserve my respect. I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna go do that. Like, that could be happening. So that's just something that I really want to confirm. Because if that is the case, that is something you can control. If this is you just reliving every little thing this person has ever put you through, and now you want to like rebel, that's something you can control. But if this is something that they're putting you through and is causing you to like fall into this energy of, I don't love them, I don't respect them, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and if it doesn't sit well with them, so fucking be it. There's a door, you know what I mean? Then obviously that's, you know, that's different. That's different. How does this person currently feel? Let's see what happens. Okay. All right. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. I could have sworn that came out in the upright, but whatever. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse with the Knight of Cups. And then we also have the Six of Cups. I do see things turning around in this entire situation between the two of you. I am getting that. Remember, this energy is not going to hit you anytime soon, because I am getting years. So just, we're not talking about this anymore, okay? We're talking about the present now. You know, how you want to continue to invest more time and energy towards this, and how you want this relationship to work. This is what we're focusing on now, because I don't want to confuse anybody. This person, you know, obviously wants things to get better between the two of you. They obviously want things to improve between the two of you, because they don't want this relationship to come to an end. They don't want to lose you and what they were able to essentially build with you thus far. But I do see this person noticing things taking a drastic turn, ultimately for the better between the two of you. I am definitely getting, because they're so used to things going left between the two of you, they're going to find themselves essentially sitting around like, all right, when's the next shoe going to drop? When's shit gonna hit the fan? You know what I mean? It's been a whole year and nothing has happened yet. You see what I mean? But I do feel like that is something that is going to take some getting used to for them, especially for you, where the two of you are going to find yourselves experiencing a very healthy and stable relationship with one another, where there is no fighting, arguments, and or disagreements for a while, is almost what I want to say. Because you guys are going to both notice things drastically improving between the two of you. That's kind of besides the point. Now, I'm like, okay, like, is this person doing something like to self-sabotage this? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I just want to confirm how all of this is actually playing out. What actions? Okay, we're going to clarify that. Okay, got the Ace of Wands in the reverse to the Four of Cups. I want to say this shit came out in the upright. Anyways, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse to the Four of Cups. And then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. As far as their relationship with you is concerned, they're going to find themselves feeling very, very satisfied, very happy, and very, very content. However, I feel like this person is very unhappy. About something else is basically what I'm gathering. It's something that this person truly wants and desires to have / obtain in their life. But whatever it is that this person truly wants to have and or obtain, you know, within their life, it's something that feels almost impossible to obtain. or it just feels out of reach. It's something, it's one of those things, but this doesn't have anything to do with you. It's basically what I'm getting. This has a lot to do with something else. I just got, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. I feel like this person, I feel like this has a lot to do with like this, where this person's at, like financially or career wise. Like maybe this person's having a difficult time getting their career off the ground. Maybe this person's having a difficult time improving their financial situation. You know what I mean? That's definitely a possibility, but I am getting just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Like don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Just keep going, just keep going. You know, listen, there's a possibility that this person is trying to make one of their dreams a reality, you know, something that's going to improve their life financially speaking, you know, things of that nature, but they constantly find themselves getting discouraged, because as much as they want, you know, to make this dream a reality, there's things that are constantly happening left and right that are preventing this person from making their dreams a reality. You know, this is that type of person, unfortunately, that, you know, and you can't be this way, especially if we're talking about chasing, you know, like a dream or, you know, manifesting, creating a life that you want into fruition. You can't give up on the things that you truly want and desire in life. You just can't. Giving up is not a fucking option. You know what I mean? That same energy that this person applies towards you in their relationship with you, they need to apply that same energy towards making their dreams a reality. Just like giving up on you is not a freaking option in their mind, giving up on the dreams that they want to essentially make a reality cannot be an option. Like the whole giving up on their dreams, it cannot be an option. The problem is that it is an option in this person's mind. It's like the moment they start to notice things not playing out the way that they wanted to, they're very quick to be like, well, I guess it's just not in the cards for me. I guess I'm just not supposed to be a millionaire. You know, I guess, fuck it. You know, I'm just going to sit here and just accept the fact that I'm never going to be a millionaire. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? Spirit's like, just keep going. Just keep going, my friend. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Which is kind of telling me that whatever it is that this person is trying to manifest into fruition, it is something that is totally obtainable, and it's something that this person will obtain. It just requires them to not give up. The same energy that they apply towards you, and I can't give up on Gemini, and this is the love of my life. I can't walk away from them. I can't give up on them. They need to apply that same old energy towards whatever it is that they're trying to manifest into fruition here for themselves. Now, I need to know, is this something that they're doing on their end that's causing you to fall into this energy, or if this is you just kind of reliving every little thing this person has ever put you through, and out of nowhere you just wake up one day and you're just like, yo, this person doesn't deserve my love, this person doesn't deserve my loyalty after everything that they put me through. Like, no thank you, you know. Tell me about the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay. All right, let's talk. Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, it's one or the other. It's either you're reliving the past here and you're waking up one day and you're just like looking at your partner like, yo, they don't deserve my love. They don't deserve my loyalty after everything that they put me through. No, thank you. It kind of looks like that's what's actually occurring here. It's not that this person's doing anything on their behalf that's prompting you to fall into this energy of, nah, screw them. I'm gonna go do this. And if they don't like it, that's on them. I'm gonna go do that. And if they don't like that, that's on them. And yeah, like as far as my love and loyalty is concerned, they don't deserve that from me after everything that they put me through. Oh my God, I'm getting a variety of different things. Not only did you find yourself experiencing a boatload of stress, you know, throughout the course of your involvement with this person has definitely disappointed you on several different occasions, going back to what I said. I promise, Gemini, I'm not going to do this, and they turn around and do it again. Gemini, I promise I'm not going to do this, and they turn around and do it again. Disappointing you on several different occasions. With the Lovers coming out in the reverse, I just feel like their actions and their behavior and how they showed up within this dynamic that the two of you share with one another created a massive disconnect between the two of you. In other words, you just don't feel the same way about this person like you used to. It makes sense as to why this person still feels the same way that they feel about you from the day that they met you. It makes sense as to why they still feel this way and you don't. They didn't have to sit up here and go through the amount of things that you had to sit up here and go through. In other words, you didn't turn around and return the favor. You know what I mean? Now, granted, does it look like you're about to do it? Not about to do it, but does it look like you're going to eventually do it if this plays out the way that I see it playing out and you don't prevent this from happening? Absolutely. I do see you eventually returning the favor. With the Fool coming out in the reverse to Two of Pentacles, I feel like there was several different occasions where you sat there and you asked yourself, yo, why am I with this person? They don't deserve me. They don't deserve me. They don't deserve me. Why am I with them? Why am I with them? Why am I with them? I feel like this person made you feel extremely foolish on several different occasions. I'm also getting embarrassed you on several different occasions. This person embarrassed you on several different occasions. I'm also getting that as well. So that's basically what's happening. It's the epitome of wanting to get your lick back. And you're I can't explain why you're doing this when you're doing it. I can't really explain that because I can't emphasize this enough. This is not gonna, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow feeling this way. I'm kind of getting that within a year from now, you might wake up one day and you're just like, you know what? This person doesn't deserve me, you know, after everything that they put me through. But it's weird because I feel like you're doing it during a time where you're finally getting what it is that you've always wanted out of them in this relationship with them. That's what's weird about it. And I can't really explain that, Gemini. As to why you're doing it during during a time within your relationship with this person where things are actually really fucking good. Things are actually really great. Like I see you deciding to rebel when your relationship is fucking awesome with this person. Like fucking awesome. Like fucking awesome. And I don't know. Like I can't explain that. Like I don't know. I guess it would have made more logical sense to me if you would have rebelled during like a very difficult period, you know what I mean, that you were like experiencing with, you know, your significant other. That makes a little bit more logical sense to me. But this whole like things are good, things are great between the two of you, and you're just deciding to rebel because you're thinking back on everything this person put you through and how dare they, you know, that I can't explain. I can't explain. I can't explain that. I don't know. I can't explain. I don't know. I can't explain that. I would love to, but I can't. I can't explain that. I can't explain why you're doing that. Because you're doing it during a time where everything's great between the two of you. You're finally getting what you want out of this person, out of this relationship. Everything's fucking awesome. Everything's fucking great. And you're just like, I don't know, it's like you just wake up one day a year from now and you're just like, and you just look at them and just something clicks within you. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like you just look at them like, yeah, nah, like you don't deserve my love. You don't deserve my loyalty. I'm just going to go do me. And if it rubs you the wrong way, then it does. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? Okay. That's very interesting. I can't explain why you're doing that, but again, these are things that you could prevent. These are things that you could avoid from happening. I think it's safe to say that you haven't fully healed from everything that this person has ever. I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Because it's like now that I'm literally looking at the High Priestess and I'm talking and I'm like, oh, now it's kind of hitting me. So it kind of looks like what's happening. It kind of looks like that's what's happening. It's like the moment you experience the love that you wanted to experience from this person, the respect that you wanted to experience from this person, the honesty you wanted to experience, everything that you wanted to experience with this person that you have yet to experience with them because of everything that they were basically putting you through. It's like you guys finally basically make it to the other side of it all, right? Where things are good, where things are great, to the point where you feel like you can trust them, to the point where they feel like they could trust you, to the point where the two of you can communicate with one another effectively. You know what I mean? Things are gonna be better, you know, between the two of you. But I feel like it's just gonna hit you like, damn, like I had to suffer and go through all of this shit just for this person to act right and do all this. Like, I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me. And then that's what influences you to want to like rebel, because you think that it's very messed up that you had to sit here and suffer for as long as you had to just to receive the bare minimum, basically, is what I'm gathering. What actions will Gemini take towards this person or moving forward? You have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. You got the Three of Pentacles in the upright to the Six of Wands. Like I said, things between the two of you are going to be great. You know what I mean? Things between the two of you are going to be great. It's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? No complaints whatsoever. However, because there's a but to all of this, I do feel like whatever it is that they're trying to get off the ground, I feel like it has a lot to do with their career. You know, to be honest, and I feel like when this person attempts to get their career off the ground and it doesn't play out the way that they want it to, I feel like you're going to be like their only like support system. Like you're going to be the type of person that's going to like encourage them to keep going, because giving up on like your dreams and manifesting the life that you want for yourself is not an option in your mind like it is for them. You see what I mean? And that's how different I would say the two of you are. But I feel like what you bring to the table, they unfortunately lack. So this whole like you having the mentality of, you know, giving up is just simply not an option in your mind, especially when it comes down to your dreams and making your dreams a reality. I do see you kind of like, you know, trying to encourage them to have that same mentality as well, to not give up on the things that they essentially want in this life, because anything is essentially possible. You just have to apply yourself, you know. And I feel like this person has to do the exact same thing. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the Justice card. I feel like as far as your career is concerned, I feel like you're going to do very, very well. I do see your career definitely taking off. I am definitely getting that financially. You know, you're going to find yourself in a much better place. I'm also getting that as well. You know, I am definitely getting moving forward that, you know, because maybe you used to be the type of person to like run to your significant other and tell your significant other like, oh, like I finally got a promotion, or look, I got another promotion, I got another promotion, I got another promotion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but once you start to see that this person's trying to get their career off the ground and it's just not working out in their favor, I think that you're going to hold off on sharing good news in reference to your business, if you have one, or, you know, your job or your career. I do see you deciding to kind of like keep that to yourself and not share that with them, because you just don't want this person to, you know, feel bad that here you are, you know, making your dreams a reality and they're still trying to figure it out. You see what I mean? Because I feel like you've been making your dreams a reality. They're just getting started. That's the difference between the two of you as well. You've been getting your career off the ground. You've been making your dreams a reality. And you're nowhere near done, because it kind of looks like there's still a lot of things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, which you will. That's besides the point, because giving up is not an option in your mind whatsoever. You could get 100 no's and you're not going to stop until you get a yes. You see what I mean? And that's why you've been able to accomplish and achieve the things that you've been able to accomplish and achieve for yourself, because giving up is not an option. But it kind of looks like they're just trying to get their career off the ground. And I feel like this person, you know, might get discouraged if they see you out here receiving promotion after promotion, and your business is, you know, growing at a very rapid pace and they're still stuck, you know, trying to figure life out, you know what I mean, and what they want to do with it, you know what I mean? So I do see you holding back, because I see you definitely growing and evolving, especially financially, but I just don't see you sharing that with them. Like, there will be signs, but I don't see you sharing that with them. And I feel like it's stemming from a place of you not wanting to like rub it in their face, considering everything that they're going through on their end. But yeah, outside of that, this whole you waking up a year from now, like, you know what? You know, I just feel like they don't deserve my love and loyalty. You know what I mean? When the energy does hit you, you're going to have to really ask yourself, is it honestly worth you, self-sabotaging your relationship with this person over? Because again, I did see you kind of losing love for them as well as respect for them, to the point where you're out here doing things that you yourself wouldn't want your significant other out here doing. I don't know what those things entail, but that's just what came to me. And it is stemming from a place of, man, this person made me suffer and made me go through all of this stuff just to like finally get what I want, which was basically their bare minimum that I've been asking from this person all this time. Be honest, be loyal, be faithful, you know, just be trustworthy. Like, you were asking the bare minimum from this person. You know what I mean? And the fact that you had to go through hell and high water just to get it in the end, like, you're happy about it, you know, as far as you getting what it is that you want. but you're also extremely upset that you had to literally go through hell and back just to get it. You don't think that that's fair because you didn't turn around and put them through it. So these are things that you could basically prevent from happening. So this is something that's within your control, Gemini. So then there's that. They're not doing anything on their end to ruin this relationship or push you to that point. This is you just kind of like, you know, not reminiscing, but this is you just kind of reflecting back on everything this person ever put you through and how unfair it was for you and how you had to go through hell and back just to get the bare minimum from this person. Like, it just doesn't, again, you're glad that you're getting it in the end. But to sit here and suffer and go through the amount of shit that you had to go through, yeah, you just don't feel like that's fair. And you want to even out the scores here is basically what it is. All right. But you can prevent that. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys here next.